Okay, it's live now? Yes, okay. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon everywhere. Depend on where are you right now, guys. So, today we have Permias Nasional with the Compass series for navigating graduate studies for MBA edition. With me, Alexander Dimas, second year Columbia Business School MBA program, live from New York. And today's topic is discovery how Indonesian students successfully navigate their way into prestigious MBA program in the United States. So we really excited about this event. Not only me, I'm the moderator for this event at this moment, but I really want to connect you with some our prestigious speakers that we have today. But before that, hold on, maybe like we can introduce our the director for education, Mas Bayu Prasetyo for Perpes Nasional. Time for you, Mas Bayu.
Oke, terima kasih banyak Mas Alex. Hi everyone, selamat pagi, selamat malam, dimanapun Anda berada. Um, we're really excited about this event. We know for a fact that a lot of Indonesian students are really interested in pursuing their MBA studies in the United States. So we hope that through the Compass Series event today, everyone will learn a lot from the process, not only on how to apply, but also what it's like to study for the program. That's all from me. Thank you all so much, and I'll pass it back.
Thank you. So I do believe some people still waiting to join our YouTube. So we will keep waiting you guys to to make the party more warm for this event. So let's give us like 2, 3 more minutes. But before that, a little bit maybe introduction from Mas Indra and Michelle that we have right now. Thank you so much for having you. I mean, like to have you here. Thank you so much for your time and so on. So, yeah, please give a little bit introduction about yourself, Mas Indra, and then goes to Michelle after that.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Alex. Hi, everyone. Indra here. I graduated from Johns Hopkins University Carey Business School with an MBA in Finance and Analytics in 2023. Currently, I'm residing in New Jersey, not really far from New York, not really far from Dimas, and happy to share my experience and chat with everyone here. Thank you, and I'll pass it on to Michelle.
Hi guys, I'm an MBA candidate who just started this fall 2025 at Cornell University in the Johnson School. I'm currently in Ithaca, New York, and yeah, excited to be here.
Wow, so excited. So basically, three of us within in the same place, guys, in New York. Even though Mas Indra in New Jersey, it's just like 30 minutes away from my place.
Oh gosh, I'm like the furthest out.
Exactly, but still in New York.
I'll take that.
So we have more 1 minute left, maybe, to wait for more people to join this live event. So, what do you guys so far doing? I mean, like, did you have dinner or what do you guys doing at this moment, this evening, before the start of the event? Michelle and Indra. Maybe Michelle first.
Well, yeah, I just got back home and had a quick dinner
Nice.
and hopped into the call.
Okay, nice. Did you find Indonesian food up there? Is there?
Uh, we don't have it
Oh,
in
oh,
kayak Ithaca, but
uh-uh.
then there's definitely some aunties around
Oh,
and they cook a lot of Indo food kemarin actually pas lagi 17-an.
oh, really?
Yes. So we
Oh,
got a lot of Indo food. We got like rendang
oh,
and we got like
how you get
bakwan
there?
jagung. Kenapa?
How you got there? I mean, like, who cook for the foods? It's.
There are in apa Indo um lebih older people
Mhm.
in the area. I think
Oh,
I think they're
Indonesian
like
living there.
not in Ithaca, tapi in a city called Syracuse, which is an hour away.
Oh, got
I think
you.
ya kayaknya pada ngumpul kan sama the Indonesians at Cornell gitu. And then they had
Mm,
the games and all that fun stuff.
so fun, so fun. And how about you, Mas Indra? What do you have tonight before
Yeah,
this event?
so yeah, I just finished with work and then a few hours ago, and then hit the gym a little bit, and then I didn't have my dinner. I just have like some protein shake, and that's all.
Wow, dude, you're so healthy.
Trying to be. I just started though. I just started, so not that
Oh, right,
crazy.
It's
right,
okay.
right, right, right. Yeah, maybe you can have dinner in the next 1 hour if you want. So yeah, how's life? I mean, like how many people already in the live? I think so be fine. We start the event with some chill question. So let me see first. Okay. So how many people already in live? Okay. I think we good. Okay, let me start with couple questions. So basically, Michelle and Indra, I wanna give a little bit intro about how I asking the questions. So maybe I will divide it by three categories. So first is about your application, your aspiration, why you do MBA and so on. And then second, your life within MBA, especially Indra, you did there, and then also you part of our biggest alumni for MBA student in Indonesian MBA student from US, and also want to talk about your maybe in the next is your career aspiration. Let's say, what do you want to what your work after MBA, and then maybe for Michelle specifically, what do you want to do after MBA and so on. So just divided by three. So let me start, and then yeah, so excited for asking you some question here. So yeah, Indra, give me some information about your academic background and what the program are you currently, not currently, that you in the past you did, and you told me about the John Hopkins, why you like this John Hopkins actually.
Yeah, sure. Happy to share that. So, yes, as I mentioned, I graduated with my MBA from Johns Hopkins, and before my MBA, I actually worked for Indonesian government as a PNS for like around 10 years. And then the reasons why I studied MBA because I would like to explore opportunities on the other side, like the private sector.
Interesting.
And I think I saw the MBA as a way to try different things because it opened doors to like different industries and basically making career transitions. And during my MBA, I was focusing a lot on finance and analytics. The reasons being is because I feel like in the US as an Asian, I will have better opportunities to take roles in finance instead of like other stuff like
Mm.
consulting. I think it's kind of like I don't know. I think it's hard to get into consulting here, but it's just me.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, basically, guys, MBA, as Indra mentioned, that usually people pursue MBA to pivoting their career. So whether they want to do consulting or investment banking or maybe tax or another job, let's say like Indra from public before MBA and then goes to private after MBA. That's really interesting topic that we can discuss later on. But before that, I want to ask to Michelle. So Michelle, what the the biggest motivation you pursue MBA in the US, and how did you decide which school did you apply?
Yeah, so I decided to take a program here because I did my undergrad here, see,
Hmm.
and I knew that kaya there are schools here with big global presence and very strong networks and community. Um, and Cornell was one of the ones in my radar
Hmm,
because
nice.
it's very strong in STEM.
Hmm.
And I did took electrical and computer engineering prior to this program.
Oh,
So I
really?
think,
Your
yes, I
undergrad?
did. Yes, I did that for my undergrad.
Where is it?
Uh, I did my undergrad at UC Davis.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes,
Interesting.
yeah. And I post graduation dari UC Davis tuh I worked as an engineer here,
Hmm.
and I wanted to take an MBA because I wanted to see what I can do in a managerial level, kayak more leading teams, more bigger view, bird's eye picture kind of thing gitu.
Hmm.
And Cornell has also a collaborative alumni network, and that brought me in along
Hmm.
with the strong STEM
Got you.
background.
Got you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite well known, to be honest, with you guys, that not Michelle and Indra. I just want to emphasize more to the audience that, Cornell is really strong for the STEM program in the country. So I definitely respect with the program and the school. So my next question for both of you, can you walk through us, your preparation timeline, let's say when you start preparing for the SI, GMAT, GRE, and start recommendation. I know for Indra maybe like couple years back, but I want you brings back that memory and share to us at this moment and start from Michelle.
I go first?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So there's a couple things you need kan ya for this application. There's the English proficiency test, there's the essays, and then you
Mm,
need recommendation letters. And then you would need also your transcripts and all that. These honestly require a lot of time, more than I initially thought when I started applying. Um, and it depends on your target round, on when you want to enter the school. I think typically there are 3 rounds, yeah.
mm,
And ideally you would want to aim for the first or second round. And but for my case, it was a bit of a time crunch for me. I started my prep earlier this year, actually, like the beginning of this year.
really? It's so
Yes.
fast.
Yes, due to timeline constraints.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Glad to
Um,
that you make it happen.
yeah, I'm really glad to get it all worked out at the end, see.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend at least having maybe 5 to 6 months before
Mm,
your round deadline of choice, which
got
I
you.
would recommend round 1 or round 2.
Got you. Got you. Yes,
Mm.
I totally agree with that. And before I emphasize more topic on that, Indra, you want to share something?
No, yeah.
Yes.
So same process with Michelle. Definitely did the research on like the schools, like is it aligned with your goals, right? First, and then what are the requirements? Because some of them require, of course, most of them like require GMAT or GRE, but then some of them actually can waive the test score. So definitely
Mm,
check on the requirements, check on the questions. And I think the most important thing is like check whether it's aligned with your goals. And also one
totally.
thing that I did was I chat with the current students at the time and also the alumni just to do like 5 checks if you think that you would like to be with these people, like because
The
spending two
community.
years with them, yeah, be part of that community. Yeah. So I did that, and for me, it was a little bit longer journey for my applications because so I got scholarship from the Indonesian government from LPDP in
Mm,
2018, and then at the time I haven't secured any LOA. So I started my application from there. I started with the test score. Like I took GMAT 3 times actually,
wow.
but ended up using my
Perseverance.
first. Yeah, yeah. But ended up using my first time score. So I did that.
Okay.
I think the most important thing is SI because every school has different like questions, prompt like SI prompt, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I did my SI in like 1 or 2 months. I spent too much time on the GMAT. That's why I took it like 3 times because I was not satisfied with my score at the time. Yeah, but I definitely research on the program, the school, and also reaching out to current students or alumni is the biggest takeaways from. Thank you.
Yep. Totally agree with that. I do remember it's been my shoes on this car that kind of situation last year. So even though I got the acceptance over from Columbia Business School, I still doing like 10 coffee chats with the alumni and the current student because like I was totally agree with Indra. I will spend like 2 years in New York, 2 years in the community. Do I like that? Do I like, the city? Do I like, those community? Is it they good or bad? I think it's not only the ranking and the branding itself of this business school, but also I totally agree with Indra that, the community and the alumni network, let's say, in some school, they really, distinguish because of the story itself, like Cornell with the STEM program, and then Johns Hopkins with the medical program, and so on. That's really make the story of ourselves to be part of that community is game changing in the next 10 or 20 years, something like that. And yeah, for Michelle, I really uh, how to say is respectful with your with your decision, not decision, but also you're really quick and really give a big shot to prepare within 6 7 months and then jump to New York quickly for Cornell Johnson and so on. MBA is really admiring of you because like if I compare with me and Indra back then during COVID, at least I need to have like 10 months to secure my GMAT score, and then another yeah, maybe 6 to 7 months for ASI recommendation and so on. So yeah, during that time I really it's not comfortable zone because like as Indra mentioned, the GMAT maybe our first time, first try is not that good, the score, but like we need to stick with the goals that why I did this and so on. So it's really emphasize with you, all of you in this session, in this event to have perseverance and of course agility to to come up quickly if you want to do more on exercising to have more GMAT high score, let's say you need at least like 20 or maybe more 10 30 hours per week preparation, and then give a shot in the next 3 months you will get the result basically. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing this kind of a story. I really little bit, speechless, especially to Michelle. It's really quick for you. And yeah, the next question is, Indra, if you do remember, what is the biggest challenge in your application process on top of the GMAT? I knew it. Like GMAT is like a little bit, flashy
Yeah.
during back then, but like how your personality changed, let's say, during that biggest challenge on the application process.
Yes. So the second biggest challenges on like application, like admission, is I think interviews.
Hmm.
For that, I prepare by like having mock interviews with my friends and also like with current MBA students. So I did that. But I think it's not that bad actually, like interviews. So I think my approach was instead of like nervous about like getting interviewed, I saw it as an opportunity to like have a meaningful connections with other people. And I think that approach, that mindset is actually was helpful for me to nail my interview. So I applied to three different schools. I applied to Stanford, Melbourne Business School, and Johns Hopkins, and I got
Interesting.
two admits, yeah, from Melbourne Business School and also Johns Hopkins. But I ended up like choosing Johns Hopkins. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think to answer the questions, I think interviews is the biggest challenges. And I think to prepare for that, definitely practice a lot. And also,
Hmm.
actually, one tips is go to GMAT Club. They share all of those questions, and then it was really helpful.
Yeah, totally. I did that before as well. So guys, please check gmatclub.com to understand more how you ace your interview at business school. And goes to Michelle. On top of your 6 to 7 months preparation, Michelle, which part that feel really biggest challenge for you?
The biggest challenge,
Mhm.
uh,
Is it picking up the
aside from,
school or I don't know?
I think, I think aside from kayak GRE prep or GMAT prep, which is like lumayan, I'll just like a lot of practice and takes up a lot of time, kayak lebih time consuming. I think the second biggest thing for me is like finding uh your story, or
Oh,
like
yeah,
that
totally.
self-reflection that you need to have. What who are you gitu, and why do you want an MBA? How does an MBA take you kayak from where you are to where you want to be? I think itu is a very kayak inward looking kayak session gitu ya,
Yeah.
yang kayaknya kadang nggak gampang juga. And sometimes even like talking with a friend or someone who knows you really well could open up some new insights about your own self, and you kind of learn yourself see through that process.
Mm, yeah, I did that before as well. I really want to double click for all audience that Michelle really emphasized about crafting the story, why we want to do MBA, why I mean, like those kind of questions to answer the essays and essays questions, and then the application within that short answer and so on. It really takes some of most of your time. Basically, you need to have more reflections, basically to crafting that story. Why you need to go forward, looking forward, and also looking the past, and then try to connecting the dot for the future that you want to be, maybe something like that. So maybe my last question related about the first section at this moment about your application process preparation and so on. I do saw some of question from the audience related about the fundings and scholarship. I really thank you for Mas Indra emphasize LPDP that really help Indonesian student, and they send a lot of MBA student goes to US just to study MBA here and so on. And then how about Michelle? Did you have any scholarships or financial aids program that you able to share with us?
Unfortunately, because of the time constraint I was mentioning earlier, I was in round three, which puts me in
Wow.
a really tough spot actually. Jadi, for some information too, usually if you want to get considered for merit scholarships, it's
Mhm.
preferred for you to apply in round one or round two. It's because funding tuh diallocate sama when round one dipakai, round one happening, and then it will be given out with some students gitu. And then so
Mhm.
this funding allocated will decrease.
Oh, got
Jadi
you.
jadi applying for round one or round two in most schools that I looked at usually will automatically consider you for merit scholarships. There are also company sponsorships out there, and I know a lot of people get sponsored through companies, whether it's in Indo or in US.
Hmm.
Um, and then another thing that I could think of is ada external scholarships that
But
offers you
like LPDP
like,
maybe, yeah.
yeah, like LPDP ada. There is this one also that was interesting to me, namanya Forte,
Oh yeah,
Forte
that's for
Fellow.
women, right?
Yeah, that's for women in business. So I think that's very empowering sih, especially kayak as a woman yang who is also from STEM, yang kayak it feels like kayak they have these fundings to support us in our journey juga. So I highly recommend checking them out.
Got you. Got you. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Thank you so much, Michelle, to brings up more information that
Yeah.
really valuable for all of us. Maybe like Indonesian is as Indonesian is not new for us to understand more LPDP program, but for like Forte, and then maybe they have like Fulbright, and then another scholarships, and of course Michelle mentioned, and thank you again, to emphasize, if we want to get like financial aid from the university, from the business school itself, they really emphasize you to apply within the round one. I do believe also from Columbia Business School, they have like 70% of financial aid goes to round one, and then the rest is just goes to round two, and no chance for round three to get financial aid, basically.
I
So,
agree.
yeah, how about you, Indra?
I agree. So I applied like
Right.
early, like I think it's like early round, if
Go
it's
ahead.
not like first round. And then they offer me like full tuition scholarship because of that.
Oh.
So yeah, I accepted the offer actually, and that's the reason why I chose Hopkins. And I got like full tuition scholarship, and one of our friends also got like full fellowship, like carry like business fellowship thing. So on top of the full tuitions, they also got like stipend, like doing like graduate assistantship. So definitely, and I know some other business school as well offer full scholarship, like Darden. I know a few Indonesian got that
Mm-hmm.
scholarship. So definitely always apply early whenever the school like offer scholarships.
Got you, got you. Thank you so much for sharing more about your journey. So basically, Indra, so to help us, let me emphasize that you also have, financial aid from John Hopkins for doing MBA, and also you got the LPDP. So how it goes to your profile, let's say during your academic dude. I mean, like you have both basically.
So I got the LPDP scholarship back in 2018, right? It was like fully funded. And then I had no idea that when we applied to MBA programs, they actually automatically consider us for scholarship. So I had no idea about that. And then when they told me that I got the scholarship, so I told LPDP, is it okay if I accept this one? And then they said it's okay. So they will only give me like the living, they will cover my living expenses. So I combined between the scholarship from school and also LPDP, and I got both of them on my resume, and I think it's really good. I think I during my MBA I got a lot of like interviews, partly maybe because of the awards that I received, because maybe they assume that, oh, this person might be brilliant because they got like multiple scholarship, but I honestly I'm not. Yeah.
Got you. Got you. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So, basically, I want to ask a little bit, about we talk about the application process. We talk about the journey with the GMAT score, and also we're talking about the financial aid, scholarship available down the street. But what do you wish if you look back in that moment, and I mean, like, what do you wish you wanna had known before starting that application process again? Maybe Michelle again wanna start if you look back.
Aside from applying round one, I guess.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
because I would have done that if I could. But yeah, it's okay. Regardless, I'm still grateful for where I am right now. Tapi
Hmm.
if another thing aside from that is maybe um I guess something that would strengthen my case is to take more initiatives yang kayak will align with my uh whole application as a whole gitu. Um, because kayak you're trying to convince these schools kayak of your vision kan ya. Jadi kayak these extra activities or initiatives that you do outside, whether it's at work or organizations, will really help you. So I would do that.
Got you. Got you. And how about you, Indra?
So what I would do differently on the application, maybe apply to more schools instead of like relying on just a few schools, because back then I applied to only like two schools, Stanford and Melbourne Business School, and I had no backup at that time. And then the pandemic hit in 2020, right? And then the Australian government closed the border, so I was and then they we're not allowed to go there. So basically, they canceled my MBA program for international students. So that's why I didn't have any backup plan. That's why I applied to a different school, and I had no idea about Johns Hopkins at the time, actually. And then some friends just mentioned that Johns Hopkins got a school, and then it's part of the shortlist that LPDP have. So
Mm-hmm.
I applied, and then I didn't have much time at the time. But if I can do something differently, I definitely apply to more schools.
More
I
schools,
guess I don't know,
basically. Got you. Got
because
you.
we never know. Yeah, we never know.
It's
Understood.
time consuming.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like
Really time
just
consuming.
copy paste one application school into the rest of the school. Like say in the next 10 schools, it's not gonna do like that, basically, right? So you need to tell her one by one and then so on and so on. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing with us. So I think we have another 30 minutes. So I want to start about your life at business school. I know Michelle already started this month, so I really wanna hear about, your first landed at Ithaca Cornell. But before that, let's learn from the alumni how I mean, like, how was the transition from, let's say, from working, from study in Indonesia, and then you start with US Business School, Johns Hopkins, a couple years back.
Yeah, sure. So to me, MBA was really fun because before MBA, I worked for 10 years, and then it's kind of like a break after those years. And during my MBA, I met amazing friends and learned how to build like new connections, which opened a lot of opportunities. And then it's actually I was lucky because I got my internship with the World Bank with IFC, International Finance Corporations. So
Nice.
for those who are not familiar with like internship, like in the US, we have like summer break, basically like 3 to 4 months break, and then usually people like doing MBA they do internship, and I did my internship with IFC, and actually I mentioned it in my essays that the reasons why wanted to go to Hopkins is because of the proximity to Washington DC, so I can network with people at the headquarters. So it was
Mm,
really fun. I learned a lot, and then to me, it's not like studying. It's just like having fun all the time.
really?
Yeah.
Can you let me double click a bit again about the having fun
Yeah.
within this DC area? What do you spend within 2 years, mostly of your time within that area, basically, Indra? I want to hear more about your experience at
Y-
DZ.
Yeah. So I was in Baltimore, but it's really
Hmm,
like really close to DC, like 30
15
minutes
minutes.
away. And
Hmm.
then when I started my internship there, I get to know like a lot of people working at IFC, World Bank, and then I met friends through like activities like happy hours, like basically like hang out after office hour. And also I play tennis after a while because I used to play tennis a lot, and then during the
Wow.
pandemic I completely stopped. And then it's just like to me it was really fun because I pick up a lot of new hobbies, and then have meaningful connections, have friends. And even though that now I'm in New Jersey, I still sometimes like visit DC because I have few friends there from school and also from around the area.
Hmm. That's the typical business school student as well, right? I mean, like even after you graduate, you still have a really strong connection with the community. And maybe I will talk a little bit about that community later on. Let's get back into that, Indra. And now I wanna ask Michelle, let's say how it goes within, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks you've been in Ithaca at this moment. Did you like it? Small village they call it. I don't know, I never been there, but like I will wait your invitation, to be honest, Michelle. But I want to hear more about your experience with Cornell Johnson, and then how your life changing at this moment within this month.
Well, so this is the end of week 3 for me.
Okay.
And I just touched down Ithaca 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
So it's been pretty hectic. As as mentioned earlier, the timeline is a bit tight.
Mhm.
Jadi baru land langsung beres-beres apartment. And then
Did you got the housing
practically,
from school?
what's that?
Did you got housing from school? Housing.
Oh, housing is so competitive here. We ended
Oh,
up like kayak looking through. So there is like old house yang kayak di house flip gitu.
oh,
Jadi
I
kayak
see.
baru recent new small kayak bukan apartment kind of like a
All
house yang
right.
that's rented out.
Okay.
But yeah, lucky to get this place kayak good deal juga. But yeah, it's pretty hectic. And we got like 9 to 6 classes like every day.
Oh yeah, for
So
classes.
far,
You start with that, right?
yeah, like there's a lot of things yang kayak di brief di situ.
Mm-hmm.
Learning a lot too, especially with my background yang heavily technical. These things I'm very not familiar with.
Wow.
So it's challenging in its own way, a lot of new terminologies and all that. But so far, amazing professors, amazing cohort. Um, Also exciting guest speakers that are
Mm.
mentioned, and then also like a very it does live up its name. Yang kayak Cornell has like a very warm and collaborative community. I totally felt that even though I'm like just 3 weeks in.
Hmm.
Yeah, and Ithaca is a small city, but I think it has its charm.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Hopefully, I can visit there someday
Come visit.
soon. So yeah, I want to double click as well about your experience to find the student housing within the school or outside
Mm,
the school later on with Indra as well. But like let's talk about the communities or clubs or network that you plan or you both of you already did before, let's say like Indra. So Michelle, did you have any plan to do what clubs or community events that you want to be in Cornell within next 6 or 12 months, maybe? Did you plan anything?
yeah. I am enrolled in the high tech club,
I think.
which is the tech track. I'm interested in corporate leadership also.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a look at that. And I do see that there's a women in business club here.
And
Excited to meet my kayak fellows in the program. Apa lagi ya? So far, those are the ones yang kayak on top of my list to do sih. Because
Mhm.
kayak scheduling kayak as an MBA student can get very interesting. Like you need to balance between classes, these networking events, some socials, maybe personal/friends,
Mhm.
and also clubs gitu. Jadi kayak I'll see how that goes first and then go on from there.
Hmm, totally agree. And how about you, Indra? Did you have, strong community within the clubs and I don't know, some of friend, let's say Southeast Asia clubs in John Hopkins before?
Yeah, so back in school, I joined consulting club, but
Nice.
Hopkins is actually because this is like a new business school, the consulting club is not as
Oh,
strong as other business school, I guess, and then it's dominated by PhD students, honestly.
okay.
But it was really helpful. We got paired, like in terms of like consulting prep, like doing mock interview, doing casing is really important. So I was
Mhm.
matched with a lot of different students from different like schools, like including like engineering and also like public health. I've never met anything. Actually, I met someone doing PhD at the medical school as well, and then we
Nice.
ended up being friends and then practice
Wow.
together. So it was really helpful. I was also part of like Muslim Business Association. We
Wow.
actually created that
You Muslim?
community. I'm a Muslim.
No, just kidding.
Okay. And apart from club, what I think was really useful as well is attending career events, like especially
Okay.
for MBAs. So I attended MBA National Black MBA Conference,
Oh,
like
is it in
every year.
Texas?
So every year it's gonna be like in different city. My first
Okay.
year, like when I came here in August, and then in September, I flew to Chicago. And then I
Oh,
met a lot of like people, like MBA students from different like schools. So it was really amazing.
okay.
Exchanged our LinkedIn profile. So from that, I can like see like where they ended up. So it was really great. I love like attending those events, and that's also a chance for me to practice my elevator pitch because it's really important as well.
Yep, yep, yep. I can hear you. I can hear you. And I a little bit curious later on, maybe I want to ask why you attended this MBA Black events every year. And yeah, let me get back with Michelle about how you find the housing itself, basically, Michelle. Let's say I heard some people in the audience also thinking about how we live in the different city within US, and also how we move there, how the accommodation available and so on, what the options, how you find yourself with this, the competitive school housing, basically.
Yeah, so I think it's very different from school to school, definitely. I think maybe one good resource is to reach out to maybe an Indonesian, the that exact school, and maybe you could ask about timeline or tips juga. But specifically for Cornell University, student housing is very tough. I think
Hmm.
there, I think this September or October aja tuh udah application for next year. Jadi like I am not there gitu.
Gokil.
So definitely not I couldn't secure it. But they prioritize actually families. They're
Hmm.
very big on supporting those young who need it the most sih.
Hmm.
Jadi I have a friend who's also a third round and she didn't get in a student housing, but
Yep.
then she recently contacted them again, telling them about the situation. She's a mom and she just secured student housing and moving in this weekend that I'll be
Oh,
helping.
glad to hear that.
Um, but maybe other options aside from student housing is apartments around the area. Kalau in cities, I think typically you can rent rooms juga from maybe locals or there should be organizations yang at school juga yang bisa arrange kayak
Yep.
housing for students yang bisa kayak dicariin local families yang siapa yang mau rent kamar buat
Wow.
student internasional gitu. Kayak
Okay.
gituan ada juga sih.
Itu.
But the Cornell itself, I don't know any of that.
Hmm.
I think it's mostly apartments and student housing. And for apartments, I just mainly use Google search or
Hmm.
ChatGPT,
Wow.
I guess nowadays.
Oh my God. And how about you, Indra?
Yeah, so finding housing was tricky at the time
Yeah.
because when I was in Indonesia, I already reached out to one of my potential classmates, and then we agreed to become roommates. And but
Okay.
yeah, we agreed that to become roommates, but finding housing is really challenging, especially because none of us have been in Baltimore before, so it was tricky. And then I heard that Baltimore is not that like so so I ended up like staying in Airbnb place for 3 weeks while looking
Wow.
for housing. Yeah, I was 3 weeks at Airbnb, and then but we ended up like found like this apartment. It's pretty cheap compared especially compared to like New York or DC,
Okay.
and it's quite spacious. So yeah, we were satisfied, and then we lived there for 2.5 years
2.5 years.
before. Yeah,
Oh my
two
God.
years for school, and then I was there for 6 months because right after school I got a job in Baltimore as well.
Got you. Got you. I think both of you have different experience than mine, basically, like little bit sharing about me. So housing at Columbia is pretty chill, actually, especially for MBA student or law school student. Because like, top school at Columbia at this moment is the MBA with the business school, and then also the law school is quite interesting for within the country. So basically like MBA school we have some of priority, so we have the window open early than any other schools, basically, if we compare with, let's say, SIPA and so on. I heard Columbia Business School open up the housing application 1 week early. Okay, I mean like okay, this because of this reason make Columbia housing for MBA student, international student is really easy to get it. Like me, I had one bedroom, really close to the school, only 5 minutes walk. So it's really good to living nearby. And of course, like Colombia is really have big, housing in the New York City compared with the other landlord, basically. And
Lucky you.
I, yeah, exactly. I never thought about that before. I mean, like, okay, living in New York could be expensive and so on. And now I just got like 2,000 per month with one bedroom. It's not that expensive if you're living in New York, basically, for one bedroom. And yeah, come up with another question that maybe in the rest of 15 minutes I want to talk about your aspiration, guys. So let's say I want to talk about why. I mean, like, your business school, and then your community, and then your background, and of course your aspirations. What the typical role that you want to be, or you already did, like Indra, after business school. So basically, like, you spend 2 years at school, and then maybe if some people using their student loan for this really huge expensive business school. So what those typically, career and role that you want to be, and also typically MBA student down the street that they want to be, basically. Maybe we can start with Michelle, if you're ready.
Sure, I can start. Yeah, MBA is definitely a big investment,
Mm,
both money and time especially. The prep,
exactly.
the whole MBA experience, yeah,
Preparation. Mm,
preparation, all that. And yeah, for me personally, because I was in a technical role for a long while. Most of my life I was in like in engineering, so I really wanted to be true to myself because when I was in the role, I did enjoy it, but it got a bit stagnant for me.
mm,
I did want to see bigger picture. I did want to be more influential, kaya lebih involved in, kaya knowing who the market is or how the business is operating or how are we scaling gitu-gitu is very interesting to me, genuinely. So I followed with my gut. I went ahead to kaya business school where I could get formal education juga
mm.
on these concepts that I'm not familiar with. Um, and post MBA, I'm hoping in the short term, I want to try land a leadership role dulu di sini. Um, whether it's in product management, I've been recently looking into corporate leadership.
Nice.
But yeah, we'll see. MBA, it opens a lot of doors for you, a lot of opportunities juga around. You could be walking around in some hall and suddenly you could find something you're interested in. So I'm also keeping an open mind to get going through business school. Yeah,
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, it's been like long journey for all of us, from preparation and then 2 years in the program, and then if with the economical scale at this moment, especially me, I will graduate next year. The economic situation is really bad and job market is really down. So I want to hear from Indra. I mean, like, from your situation, maybe a little bit different. I know you start, graduate in the middle end of COVID, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. And then can you elaborate? You did IFC, and what do you want to do after IFC, basically? And now, is it still relevant for your long-term journey, maybe? Can you talk about that?
Yeah. Honestly, I still can see myself working with the same company because I've been enjoying this new role. I feel like I have I make an impact on the organizations, and also the role is related to analytics
Nice.
and slash finance. So I kind of enjoy the role. And then, as Michelle mentioned, I also aspire to taking like leadership role. So I'm almost there, but not there yet. So I'm excited to stay within the firm for a few more years, I guess. And yeah, talking about my internship, actually, like MBA opened many doors for me. Not only like talking about my internship, I also got so many interview invites for both internship and also like full-time
Full
roles
time.
back in school. I got invite from top consulting like McKinsey, BCG, and Bain back in school, and I think I wouldn't have that opportunities if I didn't get MBAs. So definitely, MBAs is actually game changer, and also having credibility like Hopkins on my resume, I guess, is also helpful because of, yeah, I think the alumni network is really helpful. And finally, now I led my career aspirations. I got achieved my career goals of shifting from the public sector into the private
Private.
sector. And yeah, for now, I'm still happy with what I have. This is actually my third role after my MBA.
Wow.
So after MBA, after post MBA, a month after graduations, I joined Morgan Stanley in operation team. I was there for 6 months, and then because I got LPDP scholarship, I need to contribute to Indonesia, right? So I joined BRI New York. So BUMN, BUMN BRI in New York, they have office there. So I was working for them for around a year as part of my contributions, and then I shifted into like local bank here.
Got you. Got you. Interesting story from Indra actually. And yeah, I glad you mentioned about contribution to Indonesia and so on. So it's as general. I'm not the LPDP officer. I just don't came up that idea to me. I just wanna ask in general, guys, do you have any plan to go back Indonesia, let's say, to start your own entrepreneurship or start on business and so on in the long term? Because like before you answer, a little bit information that for the audience, we have Inamba just launching last week. So basically Inamba is Indonesian American MBA Association. Is just like association for all MBA student alumni, graduate from MBA US, that we can help, let's say, contribute to Indonesia in the next 5 10 years after graduation to build more entrepreneurship role in Indonesia, not only become employer or slash slavery corporation, something like that. But since Indonesia is really have low entrepreneurship ratio to become developed country, we need to have like triple or maybe more 5 to 6 times than current situation. So that's basically the idea of Inamba, that maybe later on, like Michelle will join some of event, and also Indra already did some of event with us. Um, so I want to ask you in general again, what do you plan to contribute with your own nationality, let's say Indonesia? Do you have any plan to build your own startup, your own, business and so on? Maybe Michelle want to start again?
Yeah, sure. So for me, I did only work for 3 to 4 years before MBA, and I'm still in my growth phase, I'd say, and so I want to try keep pushing how far I can go to collect all of these experiences, leadership roles yang I've never gotten to experience yet. But then in the very long term, I do would like to explore this entrepreneurship space juga, which is why after recruiting in the first year of MBA, I'm hoping to get more involved in the entrepreneurship side in my school. There's clubs, there's like these incubators, there's
Also later.
these other people juga who are very interested in creating startups gitu. I want to get exposure in that juga.
Interesting, interesting. And how about you, Indra? Do you have any plan to let's say, to
Yes.
build another BCA, Jarum, and so on in the coming years?
Well, I don't have that thoughts yet, but maybe in the future, who knows? But for me, for now, this is just like Michelle mentioned. This is for me a space for me to learn. Like say, especially I'm working for one of the top global investment banking. I think it's really good to get some knowledge, like learning from like the best practices. Like in the future, maybe if I get a chance to contribute back to Indonesia, maybe joining one of the BUMNs or one of the public sector institutions. Definitely having some more experience outside of Indonesia would be like helpful for them. So I think happy to bring all of the knowledges and also like experiences back home.
Hmm. Interesting, interesting. And maybe I don't know, maybe we still have like 5 minutes. But my last question, I heard from the beginning that Michelle shared to me last week. She had rendang for the kind of event with Indonesian. So living as Indonesian in the US, I do believe as I experienced in my first year at New York, even New York, is feel like little bit hard, tough, and so on because like it's kind of hard to find the similar culture with us, warm, nimble, and also kind of capo each other. And you living in US, you just learn basically. So I want to ask my last question with you guys. How you, like especially Indra and Michelle, you've been living in the US couple of years. How you find yourself living in the US compared with the go back to Indonesia, let's say, based on your experience. Maybe Indra want to start?
Yes, a lot of differences, honestly, in terms of like culture. People here, I don't know if this is like something positive or negative, but then it's just like different. Like here they are like really professional. Like compared to Indonesia, like when you're close with your colleagues, right? Like they know about your family, they know like they also like ask you like questions like when are you getting married, and also like all of those private like things they wanted to know. As you mentioned, they're capable, but in a way, in a way, it's also good because they care about you. But then here, there are strict boundaries between like professional and also like private lives. So yeah, I think I kind of like it for now, but I don't know. And also like if you want to hang out with Indonesian, we have big Indonesian communities here in New York, and also back in DC, we also have so many Indonesian students. So it's really great to be able to still work abroad but still have our own community here. So yeah.
Interesting. And how is your experience so far, Michelle?
Yeah, I can resonate with Indra. See, the culture here is very individualistic.
Mm-hmm.
So they live in their own bubble, kind of. Meanwhile, I think in Indo, our culture too, we go in groups. We're very community oriented. Jadi I think pasti awal-awalnya kagok banget. I think
Totally.
what's helpful is to understand that that's normal juga. And also, usually it's nice to have and know some other Indos around the area juga who
Mm-hmm.
also share the same culture with you to support you when you're in a foreign place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think another thing yang very different from Indo and here is that people here are a lot more vocal and more actively participating.
Okay.
Um, I think kita pas, I mean, I guess me, uh, these 3 weeks, I am still learning and trying to push myself to actively voice out my thoughts and participate actively in class juga sih. And that's something that kind of have to rewire my brain for. Yeah.
Got you, got you. That totally agree with me. My first year at Columbia Business School, it's just like really quiet, mainly for Asian people, I would like to say, because like that's totally different culture in our, academic culture, academic, format. It's just like one direction knowledge, but here it's like two direction knowledge that the all audience and student need to talk, need to share what they thought about the classes topic and so on, and really interesting about that. I'm still working on that to be more active as well. And we have 1 minute left, guys, so I would like to wrapping up this session. Thank you so much with Michelle and Indra, Permias Nasional, and so on to conduct this kind of valuable events, navigating graduate studies for MBA edition. I do believe in the future Indonesia have more present student at MBA top business school within the US. It's not on because like at this moment we among of other top countries we only have like 28, like if you compare with Vietnam, just neighbor country, they have like more people in MBA according to the Bloomberg and so on. They place within 7 to 8 place country with the number one, of course, is Indian and China, number second. So I really like this kind of event. Thank you again, Permis National, and hopefully in the next chapter we'll be have more people to conduct this event, not only from Permias but also maybe from Mata Garuda or from other a kind of organization can help with that. And one word for Michelle and Indra, wanna before we close, maybe you can give to audience.
I can start, I
Yeah,
guess.
please.
I guess one thing this whole process taught me is that you'll miss 100 of the shots you don't take. Um, these schools seem very far away, out of reach sometimes.
Mhm.
Tapi, I also didn't thought I could be a Cornellian. So,
Cornelian, I like that
yeah.
one.
Jadinya, I think opportunities, you should chase after them. And, after you do your best and everything is not on your hands gitu.
Hmm. And how about you, Indra?
Yeah, agree. Think we mentioned about like comparing ourselves with other people, right? And I think comparison is the thief of joy. So don't compare yourself too much, especially with other candidates. As Indonesian, you bring like unique perspectives, and so you need to focus on that and be confident with what you have. Especially for Indonesians, to me, I just realized this later on that a GMAT 650 is actually enough to get into top business school. I know someone get into Harvard with that score, so don't worry too much about GMAT as I did, and focus more on your story and what you bring to the table. And good luck with your application.
Totally. And feel free, guys, to reach out to me, to Michelle, to Indra, if you want to hear more about, experience and also break into business school at United States. And I think thank you all of you for this session. And I think say goodbye and have a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for moderating.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.